If you've seen last week's vlog, you'll know that we had some friends over, and it was a really wholesome, fun weekend. Good food, long conversations, laughter that lingered long after everyone left. But what you didn't see was the prep, the quiet part before the birthday, the cleaning. There is always cleaning before a vlog, and this time was no exception. I don't know why, but cleaning before people come over feels different to normal cleaning. It's more intentional. It's like you're preparing a space to hold memories that haven't happened yet, as if the house somehow knows that something meaningful is about to take place. I think that's why I don't rush it. There's something grounding about putting things back in their place, about wiping away the chaos of the week, almost like you're creating a clean slate, not just for your home, but for yourself too. And while I was cleaning, my mind kept drifting back to the people who were coming, to the friendships, and to how much our lives are shaped by the people we surround ourselves with. There's this idea that you are the sum of your closest people. It's not a new concept, we hear it all the time, but I don't think we truly sit with it often enough. Because when you really think about it, your closest people aren't always the ones you grew up with. Sometimes they're the people you work with, the people you message every day, the ones who hear about your stress, your small wins, your frustrations. We spend so much of our lives at work, so much time, energy, emotional capacity. So why wouldn't those relationships shape us too? The way you communicate, the standards you set for yourself, what you believe is normal, what you believe you deserve. And I think that becomes even more important when you live abroad, especially around Christmas, because that's when the word home starts to feel complicated. When everyone casually says they're going home for the holidays, as if home is a single place, a fixed point on a map. But when you live abroad, home becomes layered. You have two homes, and yet somehow you're never fully at home. When you're in the country you chose, the one you built a life in, you say this is home. This is where your routine lives, your friendships, your version of adulthood. But then December comes around, and without thinking, you say you're flying back home for the holidays. And when you're in the country you grew up in, surrounded by familiar streets, your old room, childhood memories, you find yourself saying you're going back home again, back to the life you created somewhere else. It's like you're always in transit, always slightly between words. Living like that changes you. It stretches your identity in ways that are hard to explain to someone who's never experienced it. You start to notice how different versions of you exist in different places, how your personality subtly shifts depending on where you are. Your humor, your confidence, even the way you dress. Some versions of you feel lighter in one home, some feel heavier in the other. And your nervous system notices too. Certain triggers only exist in one place. Certain wounds resurface only when you step back in old environments. You can feel grounded and unsettled at the same time. It's confusing, sometimes exhausting, and yet it's also a privilege. Because being able to choose where you live is a privilege. Being able to live, to build, to reinvent, not everyone gets that opportunity. And this in between state is the price you pay for that freedom. I think that's why support systems matter so much when you live abroad. Because when your sense of home feels fragmented, your people become your anchor. The friends who see who you are now, not who you were at 16, not who you used to be. The ones who know your adult self, your routines, your boundaries, your growth. The people who make a place feel safe. And maybe that's why hosting feels so meaningful to me. Why I care about the details. Why I clean the corners that no one will notice. Why I want the space to feel calm, warm, welcoming. Because inviting people into your home is vulnerable. You're letting them see how you live, what you prioritize, what kind of life you're building. And cleaning, in its own quiet way, becomes part of that ritual. It's not about perfection, it's about intention, about saying, this space matter, these people matter. I think friendships as adults are underrated. They don't get the same narrative weight as romantic relationships or family, but they're often the ones holding us together. They're the ones who witness our becoming, who see us change careers, countries, identities, who choose us again and again without obligation, especially when you live far away from when you started. Sometimes I wonder if living abroad makes you more intentional about relationships. Because nothing is guaranteed. People move, lives shift. So you learn to show up, to be present, to host the dinner, to clean the house, to create moments instead of waiting for them. And maybe that's what home really is. Not a country, not a language, not even a childhood bedroom, but a place where you feel seen, held, understood. Sometimes it's just a kitchen filled with quiet music, a house that smells clean and warm, a table waiting for people you love. And sometimes that's enough.